Good morning. I know that you might not be listening in the morning, but it's morning here, so good morning. I'm excited to share what I have got to share with you today. And before I get into it, I would love to sort of, hang on, should I do this? I think I will hold off on this because it won't make sense until I get a little bit further into what I want to say. So I'm going to talk to you about how to create radical results in your business. And the reason or the inspiration for this episode is that I have had 3 messages in the last 3 days, I think, from people saying that they are they're having, actually one of them used the term spiritual growth spurt. So, and I love that. And so I wanted to bring together a few of the things that I say over and over again and just map it out in a really clear, hopefully clear, podcast episode that shows you how to create radical results in your business. And this is not the usual advice that you would expect to hear. This is not about strategy. This is about who you are being internally. Okay, and this matters. This stuff matters so much. I would highly recommend that you grab a pen and paper and take some notes. Or if you're out on a walk, good for you. Or driving and listening to this, good for you for working on your personal development, and just make a note to come back. Because if you really want to get the most of this episode, I would recommend listening with pen and paper, so that you become, an engaged, active listener rather than just allowing the information to come in and go out the other side and not actually use it to, change. So, 3 steps to create radical results in your business. I think number 1, we need to acknowledge how important listen to this.
Tom, here is your reminder. Cat's water.
Funny story.
Tom, here is your reminder. Cat's water.
That's when you know it's a Jenna Unedited episode. I'm not very good at looking after my cat. And she's got water down in my office there, and I've walked past it far too many times and it was a little bit too low. And so Tom got pissed off with seeing her literally drink the water from the toilet. And so he's put that reminder every day to fill it up. And I'm pleased to say it's full. So that was embarrassing, but oh well. Right, where are we going? So I think I was saying, if I was rudely interrupted, I was saying that, it's about the mind, okay? You need to know how important your mind is in the life that you're experiencing. Is huge, okay? So how this is relevant and how this is going to help you create radical results in your business is to recognize that in order to create what you want to create, you need to create that from within, okay? Change comes from within. We create our reality from within, because it's not your brain is not filtering life to fit your beliefs. Your brain is filtering everything you're experiencing. Your brain is not filtering your life the other way around. Your brain is not experiencing life and matching it according to your beliefs. Absolutely not. It's literally coming from within. Your brain, your subconscious mind, is filtering everything that's around you and causing it to your conscious experience of life is as a result of the beliefs that you hold. Okay? I will say that again because I massively messed it up. Your brain is not experiencing life and just experiencing life. It's just not. It's experiencing life according to the beliefs that you hold. And this is basically manifestation. Manifestation is just neuroscience. Okay, we are energetic beings. We are energy. So we are emitting a frequency and attracting people and experiences to us that match that frequency. Can you picture a tuning fork? It will make another tuning fork sound if it matches. My musical language is not going to be right here, but basically if it's tuned to the same frequency, it's going to ring too. But if it's not, then it won't. Okay, and that's literally manifestation for you. So you get people who go through life experiencing crap after crap after crap, or being broke, or all the things. Well, that's as a result of their programming. Okay, they believe that they're not worthy of having anything special, or of having an amazing life. So that's literally their reality. So it's who we are being that creates the results that we get. Okay, so stop being reactive to the things that are going on around you. And just get curious. Okay, this is really it, right? The relationship that you have with yourself is the most important. So I want you to just get curious for a second and look at the patterns in your life right now. What's going on? Look at your life and look at your business right now, and they're going to give you clues on the beliefs that you hold in your subconscious mind. So, for example, do you make money but find it hard to hold on to? Okay, that could come from simply having, a grandparent say to you every Christmas when you were growing up, oh, what are you going to spend it on? You got money, so, oh, what are you going to spend it on? So you internalize this, you form this belief that whenever I get money, I need to spend it. Okay, it's literally as simple as that. Like, the work that I do is fascinating when you track back. I can spot limiting beliefs so quickly, and the reason for that, not to give my secrets away or anything, but whenever somebody says something, I can hear straight away. I'm like, right, that right there, you have a limiting belief, and you've just given it away by the thing that you've said. Because and you can use this to, like what I'm about to say, you can use it to really help you, because everything that you are experiencing creates a feeling in your body, right? And so anything that is less than positive or neutral is as a result of a program in the subconscious mind. Because if something external, if something in your external experience, like something somebody says or something you see, if, for example, when you're scrolling online or whatever, if it triggers an emotion in your body that doesn't feel good, then there is something in your subconscious mind that has caused that. And I believe that it's caused that for a reason, okay? Not for you to feel shit, but so that you can notice it. Our emotions are a guide, so that you can become aware of it and heal it, all right? And when you do this work on yourself, like if you're listening and you're one of those people who's having a spiritual growth spurt, and you're coming across this concept of healing, you're like, what is this that everyone's talking about healing? It's essentially undoing all of the things that you have picked up through your childhood that didn't belong. So it's like layers, all right? You've picked up layers, you've formed limiting beliefs because of the experiences you've had and what you've made those experiences mean about you. And they have caused you to have the life that you're having now. Because those things that you've picked up and formed as limiting beliefs, they're on your subconscious mind. They're in your subconscious mind, they're on that filter. And so your subconscious mind is filtering the world, filtering your experience, and showing you consciously the things that fit that inner belief system. So the things that don't serve you on that inner belief system are things to be healed, things to be unlearned, if you like. Okay? Truly, the answer to success in your business is the inner work. Okay? Because it doesn't matter what strategy you try in your business, if you have a shit ton of healing to do, that's taking up space. If you don't believe subconsciously that you're worthy of having a 6-figure business, then you never will. No matter how hard you try, you will manifest reasons and you will block yourself. You'll either manifest life dramas or you'll hit a subconsciously programmed upper limit, or you'll just self-sabotage in a million different ways, because your subconscious brain doesn't care about the vision that you have in your mind, doesn't care about your dreams, doesn't give a shit, doesn't care about how confident you are, how successful you feel, how happy you feel, none of that. Okay, only cares about keeping you safe. So if it believes that something is wrong about having a 6-figure business, like for example, if you believe that having a lot of money will change who you are, or will change how people view you. If you judge people that are that are wealthy, for example, then you're gonna fear that for yourself. You're gonna fear subconsciously. You're gonna fear creating that reality for yourself, because if you're judging other people, then how are you going to experience that without other people judging you? If that's your belief about being wealthy, then of course your subconscious mind is not going to feel safe for you to create that. And it's really interesting, actually. Like what I was saying about the healing, there's so much to be done. Like if you're just coming across this concept of healing and creating business or creating a life from the inside out, then there's a lot, okay? And there are layers to it, and we do it one step at a time. And the work never stops, okay? It gets a lot easier because the layers become less frequent. But essentially, if you're just coming across this now, you've got a lifetime of healing to do. And that's okay. Like, don't let that scare you. Be empowered by that, because honestly, like when you do this work, sorry, oh my God, fog in my throat. When you do this work, like it creates so much freedom, like mental and emotional freedom, to just live a peaceful, calm, joyful life. It's just the most amazing thing. But yeah, one of my Powerhouse Portal clients has come so far with her money mindset, and she's doing so well in her business. But she noticed some resistance just the last couple of days over the weekend, when she saw some coaches online talking about making 6 and 7 figures in their business. She noticed that uncomfortable feeling in her body, like, whoa, I can't have that. And I can't wait to unpick this with her and allow like that next level, like basically remove that blockage, help her remove that blockage so that she does feel that that is for her, so that she can create that. But here's something for you to write down. Radical self-awareness is the key to change. Okay, because 95% of the things that you are thinking, doing, feeling, saying are as a result of the subconscious mind. We are living our lives on autopilot, doing things without thinking, subconsciously living, right? So when you commit to radical self-awareness, then you can notice things. You can notice things that you say and be like, oh, hang on a second, that doesn't fit. That has come as a result of something in the past, but that is not aligned to who I am being, who I want to be, where I'm going. And let me just kind of backtrack a little bit because it makes sense. Like it's about who you are being. All right. When I said about manifestation is just neuroscience, it's not about the things that you want. People get it so wrong with like vision boards and everything. It's not about attaching to having that specific thing. It's about the feeling. Okay, it's about the feeling that you're going to have when you experience that. When that becomes your reality, how are you going to feel? Focus on the feelings. Okay, so if your dream is to have a 6-figure business, then close your eyes for a minute and literally imagine that that is your reality now. And just imagine what that's going to feel like. And your brain will literally fire off those feel-good chemicals in your body because it can't tell the difference between real or imagination. So notice the feelings that you feel in your body when you imagine that that is your reality. How are you going to feel when you have that? I'd imagine you're going to feel pretty grateful and happy and successful. Okay? When you know how you're going to feel, then it's your job to start feeling that today. And here's when so many people get it wrong, and it's okay that they're getting it wrong because it's as a result of the programming. But so many of my clients, when I start to work with them, they don't feel successful. They can't celebrate their wins. You know, not really feel it in their body. They don't celebrate. They just never feel like it's enough. And that's okay, but it's as a result of the programming that makes them not feel safe. Okay, so your job, if you want to create the radical results in your business, you want to start feeling already how you're going to feel when you create those radical results. All right, because as I said earlier, we're energetic beings. So we have to emit the frequency that we want to bring that into our reality. Okay, we need to, like, imagine a radio station, for example. If your if the channel, the experience that you want to have in your life is a 6-figure business that feels like the most dreamy life ever, then think of that as a radio station. You've got to tune yourself into that with who you are being today in order to get there. Otherwise, you'll constantly be on another radio station and you'll never attract that in. You'll constantly push it, keep it at arm's length. It won't come in. It's up to you to be that first, energetically. Okay? So, how you can do this then is, I want you to ask yourself, first of all, what is it that you want? What is it that you want to create? Write it down. And then ask yourself, who do I need to be to have that? Like, imagine if I had that, let's say 6-figure business, what would I be doing? How would I be feeling in the morning? What's the first thing that I would be doing? How would I be spending my evening? How would I be spending my weekend? What kind of things would I be doing? And then ask yourself these questions. And you can journal on this too. Journaling is really powerful, by the way. Basically, when you get in a flow, your subconscious mind will be speaking for you. Stuff comes up. It's amazing. So ask yourself, what do I need to do more of in order to, like, if that was my reality now, what would I be doing? So therefore, in my life right now, what do I need to do more of? What do I need to do less of? Who do I need to spend more time with? Who do I need to spend less time with? What do I need to stop doing? Make yourself a list. And then you can literally go through your day with a fine-tooth comb from a place of curiosity, not judgment, but live your day on autopilot as you do. And just notice each thing that you're doing. Would I be doing this if I had my dream business? The answer is no. Ask yourself, okay, what would I be doing differently? And when you get that clarity, then your job is to be her now. All right? Be her now. Or if you're a man, listen to this. Be him now. Okay? So let go of the specifics of the dream and business and, like, you know, focus on the feelings, okay? Because when you can stop believing that your dream business is coming and stop wanting it and just be the person that has it already, like, this is really, really important. Like, everything I'm saying in this episode is really important, but, like, listen up to this. When you can stop believing and wanting the dream business and just be the person that has it already, you know, it's literally like you have to get delusional, all right? Because you've got to trick your brain into thinking that you already have that thing, because you're showing up in life as the person that has that thing, okay? When you stop desiring something and start being grateful that you have it already, it changes your energy, changes how you feel. And how you feel is important, because that shapes your next action. The actions that you take are different, okay? I've recently changed the background on my phone. Oh, it was so overdue. Like, I'd manifested a lot of stuff on the background. But one of the things, like, this is how out of date it was. And if you're a regular listener, this will make sense. But if it doesn't, I will explain. But essentially, I used to be in network marketing, and I had, like, this screensaver, this background on my phone was so out of date that I had the next, the next promotion level as part of the background on my phone. Now, I've recently given up network marketing, and I did a whole episode on it a little while ago. And in that episode, I shared that I didn't care about my network marketing business at all. I haven't cared about it for well over a year, but it's just been there as a way to, you know, bring in, like, an extra bit of income for the family, safe bit of income. And, you know, without going on too long, it was very misaligned, and finally took the decision to get rid of it. Should have happened a long time ago. But anyways, when I gave up my network marketing business, I was like, for fuck's sake, Jen, you really need to change that background on my phone, because it has that. And like I said, it's been irrelevant for a long time, but now I was like, right, now is the time. Stop putting this off, actually get around to doing it. And so I did, and it shifted my energy. Like, I have, as a background on my phone, I have some words on it, and it says 7-figure mindset, 7-figure relationships, 7-figure self-care, 7-figure boundaries, 7-figure, can't remember what else. And I'm gonna credit this to Gillian Murphy. If you want to look up somebody who's brilliant in business, I think she's a sales coach. I was listening to her podcast recently. I can't remember what the podcast is called, but you look her up on Instagram. I think it's called I Am Gillian Murphy. And I was listening to an episode where she shared that she has this written down on a whiteboard in her office, and I was like, that's brilliant, because I know, and I am being that, I'm being that, but having that background on my phone reminds my subconscious mind many times a day that is who I want to be, even though that reality is potentially a long way off. Maybe not, any outcomes are possible. I'm not going to limit things by saying that's a long way off, but yeah, I'm letting go of the specifics, and I'm focusing on the feelings, and I'm focusing on being her now. And a really good example for you, actually, which is me showing up as her now from a place of no pressure. It's so nuanced. Everything that I share is so nuanced, because I also share that I work my business from a place of no push, right? And I only follow my inspiration. I ask myself what would feel fun. And I've got a busy day today, busier than normal for a Monday. I've got 2 1-to-1s and a podcast interview to be on somebody else's podcast. But so basically, once I start work at 11, apart from my lunch break, I've got like podcast interview, 1-to-1 with a client, lunch, then 1-to-1 with the client, and then the girls will be home. That for me is pretty full on for a Monday. Don't normally have that much on. So I've got this morning, I dropped the girls off, walked up to the doctor's for a quick blood test, and came straight home. And I felt like the inspiration to do this podcast. And I was like, yeah, let's do it. From a place of no pressure, because if I was putting pressure on myself and wanted to do this, it wouldn't feel the same way as it does if there's no pressure. And the context of this is that last night, me and Tom had a really crap night's sleep. One of our girls was up for hours. And it was also super muggy. Like it was hot yesterday in England, and there was no air. Like our windows are open, but it was super muggy. And so yeah, really crap night's sleep. So tired this morning. But the reason I can find myself being here now, doing this podcast from a place of no push, is the mindset that I have, which is automatic for me now. I've worked so hard on walking my talk, basically. The last couple of years, I have rewired my brain to automatically be grateful, positive, empowered, all the things that I share with you, I've done over the last couple of years. So it's now automatic for me, regardless of whether I've had a bad night's sleep or not. Like, I'm ready to have a really good day, because that's where I focus my energy and my attention, and I focus on what I'm grateful for. Like today, yes, I'm so tired, but I'm so grateful that I have a business that allows me to choose what I do with my day. And that's where the no pressure thing comes in, because I'm so grateful that I don't have to go in and teach today. I was still a teacher when I had my girls. I remember getting up and having to drag my ass into work and teach a 5-period teaching day, having had a really rough night's sleep the night before with twins who, even if one had a good night's sleep doesn't mean to say the other one would, and sometimes they'd both not have a great night, and then I'd have to go into school and teach. And teaching is hard, because you like, the kids thrive off your energy. So if you want to have a good lesson, you need to rock up with energy and be excited about what it is you're teaching, and all the things, because your kids will match your energy. If you're not feeling it, then they are absolutely not going to feel it. And so you have to get that energy from somewhere, and it's really fucking hard. And so now I'm so grateful for the life that I have, where it doesn't matter if I have the worst night's sleep, I still have a business that I can come home to and not do a lot if I don't want to. Like, I don't have to be here doing this podcast episode now. I could have gone and had a nap if I wanted to until my podcast episode at 11 o'clock, So that's where the no pressure thing comes in. I automatically focus on what I'm so grateful for, feeling good, feeling happy, feeling free. And then, in comes the inspiration, because I feel good, like I've lifted my vibration. I'm not telling myself I'm really tired. I'm not focusing on how rubbish my night's sleep was, because literally where you focus your energy and you focus your intention, so your brain is gonna, like, the universe doesn't say yes, and your brain doesn't, it's just not gonna help you. It just takes things literally. So what you tell yourself, you get more of. Okay, so instead of focusing on how tired I am, I'm focusing on how good I feel, in terms of how grateful I am for the freedom that I've got in my business, and I can literally do what I want today, apart from obviously my client sessions. And so from that space drops in the creativity and the inspiration, because my vibe is higher than it would be if all I was doing is bitching and moaning about a bad night's sleep. Can you see? Like, 7-figure mindset is focusing on how I want to feel, not letting external things affect how I'm feeling. Yes, I didn't have a good night's sleep, but it is what it is. Nothing in life is positive or negative. It just is. So my choice, I choose next how I feel, and how I choose to feel matters, because it will influence my next action. And I can guarantee you now, if I was bitching and moaning and whinging and whining about how tired I was, do you think I'd have the energy to come here and give this podcast to you? No. Okay, so it matters. It matters who you are being, all right? So this is why, like everything that I've said, this is why all of this inner work and this relationship with yourself and the growth, the personal growth and the healing matters so much. If you want to create radical results in your business, stop working so hard on your business and bring your attention and your focus back to you. All right? Every thought that you have, is it disempowered or is it empowered? Is it a victim mindset or is it a growth mindset? Are you asking, why is this happening to me? Or are you asking, why is this happening for me? Radical self-awareness is the key to change. Okay? And the patterns give you the clues. Like, I teach my clients to be radically self-aware, and one of my clients the other day, she noticed a pattern in her business where the business was doing amazing. She's, really successful. We've been working together for ages, so she's got to a really, really good place in, personally and in her business. And like I said earlier, healing never stops in terms of the layers. There's always layers to unpick. And she noticed one. She noticed a pattern where she was frustrated with, we're running out of time. Okay, I'm going to trying to be quick. I know I've done this before. Why can't? I'm not going to do it today. Okay, so she noticed a pattern where she was constantly getting frustrated at the things that she was outsourcing in her business. The quality was poor. And she noticed that pattern and she brought it to our call, and we traced it back to when she was 5 years old. Her dad, who was also a business owner, she remembered him getting stressed and stressy and just basically ranting that if you want to get a job done well, you've got to do it yourself. And she internalized that there and formed this limiting belief that other people make things harder for you, rather than, if you want something done well, you've got to do it yourself, and everybody else is basically they're gonna help, but they're not gonna help well, kind of thing. So that is a pattern in a program, because she noticed it didn't feel neutral or positive, and so that was her experience because of an internal belief. So we shifted that. This was only last week, but we shifted that, and now she can expect to feel really well supported by the people supporting her in her business, like I do in mine. Okay. Right, so what I want to tell you then, I hope that this has really given you some food for thought and given you some steps to make massive progress in your business, because you're taking your attention away from the strategies and you're doing this work yourself, okay? So yeah, I'd love to invite you, if you have been moved by what I've said, what I've shared here. This is just the start. There is so much more that I have included in the ways that I work with my clients. I've included so much more and broken it down for you in an on-demand training called Blind Spots. And this will show you more steps of what to do and how to create those radical results in your business without looking externally to the strategies and things like that. Okay, if you want that, go to www.jennaholloway.com/step up. or just click the link in the show notes. And with that, I'm going to leave it on time. I'm going to finish it on time. Thank you so much for listening. I will see you again very soon. Take care. Bye.